And in the case of the sinking funds, I've set aside in my savings account. So right now I have $3,475 in my savings, which is my emergency fund, my giving, my cash envelopes, and my sinking funds, basically. So let's just dive into that. So for savings, currently that sits at $2,095. I am adding 100, so that's 50 that would normally go in, and then the extra 50 that I'm doing during this difficult time where things are very uncertain. Oops. This is why I shouldn't talk while also doing this. But yeah, so I just added 1,000, which brings my new total up to $2,195. For giving, I did give the entirety of that $130 that I had set aside previously to my church for my tithing. So I am just going to add in 130 more, which I'll probably give to the church in the next few days. That is the total for 2 weeks, and I just give it all to them where I'm not doing it in cash. So there we go, 130 in that envelope. For my restaurants, I did not actually spend any of the $20 I had set aside. So I minus that out to my debt snowball, and now I am going to add in $20 more. And this is kind of just a check and balance system. It means that I know that I'm following my budget plan. So there's my $20. Next up is fun money, and I did the same. I didn't actually spend any money. I did balance that out, and now I'm going to add $20 more to it. I know I technically could just leave that $20, but this kind of helps keep me on track and remembering that I did budget things appropriately, and I kind of thing. So it just makes more sense in my brain. For groceries, I actually did pretty good. I saved $22.72 from that to put towards my debt snowball, just because I didn't want a ton of junk food and I didn't go out as much. So that's good. I did spend $35 one Saturday and $7.28 the next. So let's add in that $60 that I always do for my second paycheck, and that'll be what I have left for the rest of the month. So there we go, $60. For bus, I don't touch this one. This one is just left as is because I've got enough money to buy bus tickets or my bus pass, but of course transit is not running normally, and I am working from home, so I don't need that money, so I'm just leaving it aside kind of thing. For gifts, I did spend $35 for 2 birthday gifts for 2 different people, and now so it is $325 currently, and now I am going to add in $25 to this fund, which is going to get me $350. And all of the money for my sinking funds is being put into my savings account with my emergency fund, and I'm keeping track of, obviously, of how much goes where and how much of that is my emergency fund versus how much is my sinking funds. And once we're able to get back to a little bit more normal, which it sounds like we're moving in the right direction for that, then I will go take that money out from my bank and then put it in my sinking funds envelopes. All right, for vacation, I have $230 currently. I don't actually know if this is going to happen, but better to save it than not. So I am going to add another $10, which will bring me to a total of $240 now. So that's a really good vacation fund. For Misc, it's currently at $150. I am going to add another $10 to it. And this is kind of growing to pay for a new glasses prescription if I need it after I get to the optometrist and prescriptions and stuff like that. So I'll just add $10 here, and that's $160. So there we go. For subscriptions, I am currently at $140. I need it to get to $160 so I can take $60 of that money and buy a Netflix gift card so I can take Netflix out of my monthly budget and just use the gift card. So that won't be until the first paycheck of June when that will take place. But right now I'm sitting at $150. So hockey is currently at $450. This month is a bit of a flip-flop because usually the second paycheck I would do $30. The first I would have done $20, but I did have some cash on hand, enough to stuff my sinking envelopes, but I did have $10 extra, so I just flip-flopped the amounts. So this time, instead of the $30 that I would normally do, I'm just going to add $20 to this account, which brings me up to $470. And I do believe, based on the pricing they put out, if they even do season tickets this year, because obviously big events are going to have to wait until a vaccine, and that's going to take some time to work out. But based on everything, including the amount that I paid towards playoff ticket deposit, I believe this should be enough, but I'm going to continue saving because I do want to continue saving for next year's playoffs and then the next season tickets, and I'll come up with an amount. I think it's about $800 for playoff tickets and my season tickets without any credits or anything like that. So I'll probably keep just saving up till that $800, and once I hit that, I'll probably cut it off. But yeah, so let's go back to my snapshot. So as you can see, it's all updated. Thank you, Alicia, for creating such an easy spreadsheet. And now my new total in my cash envelopes, sinking funds, and my emergency fund is $3,880, which I would say is pretty good. So